Shah is the MP for Bradford West, and she joins me now. Good evening to you. What do you think about this?
Good evening. I think it's tragic. I was with the two fathers last night, and what you saw today is what I experienced yesterday. But I did manage to get some conversations, and it's just not acceptable, and we need to get them kids back to Bradford safe and sound.
It's not unusual for British Muslims to go on a pilgrimage to Saudi Arabia, so how could anyone have stopped this happening?
Well, this is it. It's not unusual. It's quite normal. Lots of my family went earlier this year. You know, my colleague over in Bradford East, the MP now, Imran Hussain, went just before the election. It's something that I aspire to do in the future, so it's not unusual at all. It's an everyday occurrence, which is why it's so alarming. It's not something it's just come out of the blue. It's a shock to everybody involved in this incident, in this case, really.
Do you think the authorities here and the authorities perhaps in Saudi Arabia now have questions to answer?
I think that's going to come later on. I think the focus at the moment, the primary focus needs to be, and rightfully so, is the return of these children and locating the children, the whereabouts of these children and the women, and getting the children back to Bradford safe and sound. I think afterwards, yes, there is conversations to be had about how and what happened and what went wrong, if indeed they are in Syria.
But just staying on that theme, if these were women travelling together with younger children or just all girls, it would have arisen suspicion. But because one of the children is a 15-year-old male, that didn't. Is that correct?
Well, if in the Muslim culture, to go to a pilgrimage, you need a mahram. A mahram is somebody who will accompany the women, and that can be a young person from the family. So no, they would need that. That would be a requirement. Your brother, your son, your uncle, your father can go with you. So no, it wouldn't have raised any suspicion because of a 15-year-old, yes.
Just one final question, Shah. Of course, the husbands, the fathers want their families to come home. But if that is going to be the case, that's not going to be particularly easy either, is it?
Well, if we locate, I think the first things first, we need to locate where they are. We need to bring them back, and I think there will be conversations to be had, why they took them in the first instance, what drove them to take them without the parents' consent, the father's consent, and I think there's going to be a lot of conversations to be had, not just between the authorities and the women, but between the families themselves and the children.
Shah, many thanks indeed for joining us.
Thank you.